For the beginner game of Roaches, first the Game Master will roll to find what room they're fighting over, and then they'll roll to choose the everyday danger. Once those are chosen, each player will bring in 2 of their roaches to battle the everyday danger, and then eventually to battle against one another. The Game Master will roll for the everyday danger. Since the everyday danger got a 3, each player's roach must roll a 3 or better in order to survive to battle one another for the room. As you can see, the luchador got a 6, so he beats the 3. The second luchador rolls, and he beats the 3. Unfortunately, the soldier did not beat the 3, so one of his roaches died. The cowboy, 1 beats the 3, and 1 does not. Unfortunately, he dies. As they die, the player will flip them over to the death side and move them over out of play. Play goes around until all the roaches have had a chance to fight the everyday danger. Once the everyday danger has been battled, it will be removed from play and will no longer be used for the duration of the game. Now all of the roaches will come together and will battle for the room. They roll for initiative to see who gets to go first. The spy has the highest number, so he gets to go first. At this point, the player should be invoking some role play in order to call one of each other out and battle for the room. This becomes a battle against dice, where the player with the highest number wins the battle. As you can see, the spy beats the soldier 5-1, and so the soldier is deceased. The spy, since he won, gets to continue around and call out players. As they call each other, you can see that there will be some role-playing action involved, and then they will fight one another until only one roach remains to save the room. If there is a tie on the roll, the roaches will re-roll until there is no longer a tie. As each player is winning the battle, they take over the initiative as the winner of the battle. Since the luchador was the last to be called out and they won the room, and they still have 2 roaches remaining, the player holding the luchador gets to keep the room and his 2 roaches that won that battle. Now play will move on. The Game Master will roll for a new room. They will roll for a new everyday danger, and play will proceed as follows. Again, 2 roaches from each player into the room. The GM rolls for the everyday danger. Since it's only a 1, everyone can beat a 1, and the everyday danger loses. That everyday danger must have been napping. Now again, the players roll for initiative. Player with the highest will then go on to challenge other players. Once all of the rooms have been battled for, each of the rooms will be taken over by a roach, and the remaining roaches will all be deceased. At this point, the roaches must battle one another for rooms in order to gain control of the entire house. The object of the game is for one roach to be the last one standing. Again, they roll for initiative to see who has initiative. In the case of a tie, you would re-roll for any ties. The player who has the initiative is then going to choose who they will challenge. Roaches with only one room and one roach will be a roach-on-roach battle. However, if the player has two roaches, both of their roaches will be involved in the battle. Since the cowboy was the only roach in that room, he deceased and he owns no more rooms and he is not in the battle any longer. The spy takes over his room and now has one roach in each room. The spy will then go on to fight the luchador, where the luchador only has one room and one roach. Players will be allowed to choose who they battle against and who they call out. The luchador had only one roach in that room, so the luchador is now watching both of the rooms, the one he had and the one he took over. Now he will switch to his room that has two roaches because he has the advantage of having two roaches to the spy's one roach. The luchador wins very easily and takes control of the spy's room and the room that the luchador originally had. Now the luchador will continue around in order to battle against the soldier and the ninja. In the intermediate game of Roaches, the different character types will be given skill sets that will allow them to have special skills when they are combating one another or the everyday dangers. At this point in the beginner game, the players do not have to worry about skill sets. They simply battle roach to roach, with the highest number being the winner. As you can see, the luchador is going around the room, being the victor in each of these battles. All that stands in the luchador's way of winning is simply the two ninjas and the room that the ninjas control. The luchador will take one of its rooms and go to battle the ninjas. Oh, the ninja wins and takes the room. And now it's advantage ninja, and the ninja will get to go and call out the player. He chooses to call out the luchador that is holding two rooms, so the winner will gain 3 rooms. The ninja wins. Now the ninja has 3 rooms under the control of that ninja and 1 room under the control of the other ninja. The ninja must choose. Ah yes, good choice. Battle with only the single room. The luchador is watching 2 rooms. Oh no, the ninja has won. The ninja beat the luchador with a score of 3-1, and the ninja has taken over the house with 2 ninja roaches remaining. Good battle, ninja. Okay, so let's review the special skills. In the intermediate game, the roaches have special skills. If the soldier dies, they may roll. If they roll a 6, then they are revived. They have a survival bonus. Now, the cowboy, if the cowboy wins the battle against the everyday danger, then the cowboy automatically gets initiative and will get to call out the other roaches. The luchador has a special tag team bonus. If both luchadors win the battle against the everyday danger, and they both make it into the room battle, then the player holding the luchadors will get to roll in the battle for both luchadors. If either luchador wins, then the other roach will be deceased and the tag team luchadors will go on to battle the other roaches. The ninja's special skill is the stealth bonus. If the ninja rolls a 1 against an everyday danger, then they may re-roll in order to try to evade the everyday danger. And finally, the spy. The spy has a disguise bonus. So if the everyday danger rolls an odd, then the spy must roll any even number in order to evade the everyday danger. If they roll an even, then the spy will only simply need to roll an odd in order to evade the everyday danger. These are the special skills that the roaches have in the intermediate level. Play will go in the same manner as the beginning level and simply add skills. Next is the advanced level. In the advanced level, the cards for the rooms and the cards for the everyday dangers are set up as a board. Then the players use their die as a marker to show where they are on the board. As the players go through, they use their cards now as hit points rather than as individual roaches. So first, the roaches must battle the everyday dangers as they would in a regular game. At this point, if they do not evade the everyday danger, they lose a hit point. In order to show losing the hit point, they would flip one of their cards over to the deceased side. If they roll higher than the everyday danger, then they evade. If the everyday danger rolls a 6, the lights have come on in the room, and the roaches must scurry away, for they are afraid of the lights. If it's their first turn, they scurry off the board. However, on subsequent turns, they may choose to scurry to other rooms. So when the pet cat rolls a 6, that causes the lights to be turned on by the everyday danger, and so the spy must choose to retreat. The spy retreats and must fight against the fly swatter. However, the fly swatter rolls a 6, and so now they must scurry to another room. And again, they must try to evade. If they tie or roll higher, then they will not lose a hit point. If they roll lower, then they lose a hit point and flip over one of their cards. Players will continue until they roll a 6, which disables the everyday danger in the room that they were in. Once the everyday danger has been disabled by a roll of 6, or a 5 or 6 from the spy, then the roaches may battle one another in that room where there is no everyday danger. See how the luchador rolled a 6? They have a special tag team tiebreaker bonus that allows them to beat that. So they were able to beat the everyday danger and the lights did not stay on. Okay? As play goes around, the players must continue to try to evade the dangers. They must try to evade one another. And they must try to win the house with hit points left over. Once they have no hit points left over, they are no longer in the game. Roaches may choose to work against one another, or they may choose to help one another in order to get rid of the everyday dangers. Play will continue until either the house is victorious or the roaches are victorious.